Questions for Dillon Gabriel. Start with James here on the left front row.
And a rare non-football question.
Yep.
Happy birthday. Since you don't like to spend money on yourself, what did Zoe get you from the jewelry store, and in a bigger picture? Not just your appreciation for her in general in life, but what she's meant the last 3 years when she doesn't fly well, and you've put her all over the country to put this journey through.
Yeah, I don't help her on that end, but thank you for the question. Thank you for the happy birthday as well. She's meant everything. I think when you can come home to a person that just understands you for being you, and you don't necessarily need to say anything, you appreciate that. And I think just all our time together, growing up together, knowing each other from a young age, you just respect one another and the growth we've made individually, but also together. And yeah, she's my rock. She's my everything. So I'm excited for what we got, in the future, but also knowing that she's right by my side, it makes it a lot easier to do what I do. She got me a little bracelet from, I can't say where, but I got a little bracelet.
Front left, Zach.
I'm sure you'll be fascinated to know that we're birthday twins, so happy birthday.
Really? Happy birthday. Dude, there's so many people's birthdays today. It's crazy. I was like, wow.
Me too.
Wow, I like that one.
You're someone that said how much you love to prepare. You take stock in preparing. Is there ever something as too much preparing when you have this much time and that you kind of max out? Is there always something you can get better at?
I think that's for certain people. I think for me, I appreciate the whole process of it and love the routine. I remember coming back from like the award weekend and like things were just going a million miles per hour. But then when I got back on the field, like just the calming enjoyment, like the smile on my face, I was like, wow, like I know this is what I like to do and love to do. So that side of things, there's a grind to it, but also we've had a lot of time to be fresh. And I think that's more mentally than physically. So it's allowed us to, just prepare the right way. And like I said, I love it. It's a fun routine that I've began to make my own in my own way. And I think you're forever evolving, but I think it's kind of person to person on too much or too little or the right amount.
Second row on the left, Aaron.
You talked a little bit last week just about the conditioning aspect. Like they're not killing you, but you're also making sure that you guys are going to stay in shape. Can you go a little bit more in depth about what that looks like and just making sure from an offense standpoint how you guys stay fresh and connected heading into the biggest game of the season?
Yeah, I think it has to do with the rep count. I'm not too educated on the whole schedule-wise, but I will say the communication on the front end, knowing what the leadership council was getting into, and then him also, Coach Lanning also presenting the plan to us, prior to this whole, I guess, preparation and know what was going to go down. But that allowed us to know what was in store in the future and prepare accordingly. So it was a great time off for us, but also a great way to work, and found a way to get some rest mentally, physically, but also keep us in shape. So
Middle on the left here, Chris.
Yeah, Dillon, did you watch that Ohio State-Tennessee game? And if so, what were your thoughts on Ohio State's performance that day?
Yeah, I did. They're a great team, a team that's had a lot of success and, extremely talented. So, I think that's no secret. And, anyone watching on the TV can see that. So we know we got a great challenge.
Left side, Eric.
Going back to your guys' first meeting, their players today have kind of talked about some of the things that motivated them from that game and maybe some of the disappointment. What do you take from a win like that for you? Like, what's the emotional remnants for you coming into this one?
Yeah, nothing in the past can, help you here in the future. Maybe, trying to see if you could do something different here and there, but that's why it's history, and there's a new matchup and a new game and it's totally different circumstances. And I think everyone's aware of that, but for the most part, we're just here right in the present, and taking it one day at a time, and knowing that the rest of that will take care of itself, knowing that it's been some time since then. So the teams are different. Like I said, the environment's different, and the stakes are different. So
back right, Ronald.
The theme after the Big Ten championship game from everyone seemed to be that there was still another level that you guys can tap into now that you basically have all your weapons at your disposal. What does that next gear sort of look like for this offense?
Yeah, I think us continue to execute, play clean, and play at a high level. I think you've seen spurts of it, but how consistent can we be at doing that? And I think that will be the difference of us being, where we are or where we want to be.
Back middle, Matt.
Whether it's you or your coaches, they always talk about striving every week to be better than the week before. Where has this offense improved since the last meeting against Ohio State?
Yeah, just cleaning up all things that we need to. I think in self scout and the first 2 weeks, and even preparing for the opponents we could play. I think it allowed us to do a lot of soul searching and how we could be better, or this could be the difference in being good to great. And we talk about it a bunch, but easy to say, hard to do. So just being intentional in that, and when we do get those reps, how we can make it even better, or that one block, that one key catch or throw that could be the difference. So that's what we've been harping on.
Back left, Brett.
Dylan, by the time you guys take the field on January 1st, it's going to be about a month since the last time you guys actually played a team. When you have this long of a break, how tough is that for you guys as a group, having that long of a stretch of a break off, especially when so many players and yourself just want to get back out there, play another team, and how do you kind of overcome maybe some of those challenges?
Yeah, there's pros and cons to a lot of things. If we play right away, then you don't get rest. If you do, wait a little bit, you get rest, but then you don't play. So there's so many different situations. And like I said, I think Coach Lanning's had a great plan from the start of, staying in football shape and working the right way, and, pushing our bodies, mentally and physically. But, for the most part, it's football, and the practice field can be your way of gaining an advantage if you practice the right way. So, we've been emphasizing that and harping on that. But for the most part, there's pros and cons to every situation, I'd say.
Front left, James.
The O-line rotated during the title game more than it had since Boise State, which I understand Marcus is working his way back in practices now. How solidified are things now that he's back and more healthy?
Yeah, I think the benefit is having 8 or 9 guys that can be universal and work different position groups, and knowing that you got extra bodies there that you trust. And his injury also led to some opportunity for other guys to get some experience, and I think that's made the room a lot better, and challenging guys and them getting playing time. So, like I said, I think there's pros and cons to that situation as well. But for the most part, we got trust and belief in whoever runs out there, and knowing that if another guy needs to come in, then we got trust there as well.
We're going to go to the Zoom. Jordan Mendoza, if you can unmute yourself. Let them know what affiliate you're with, too, please.
Oh, Jordan Mendoza with USA Today Sports. Aloha, Dylan. This is going to be the first time Oregon has played in a college football playoff since someone that you look up to, Marcus Mariota, has been part of it. So for you personally, what does it mean for you to once have seen him play in this playoff to now that you're in that same position as he was when you were watching him growing up?
Yeah, unique, fun. Exactly why you play the game, to be in these moments and moments you dream of and want to be in. So it's something I've been preparing for my whole entire life, and I'm excited for it. But more importantly, we got a good group of guys who've played in a bunch of big games and big time moments that have achieved and also have been on the other side of it. So I think that's a great balance for us to learn and know that we got to prepare a certain way, but also knowing that the opportunity at hand and what's at stake. I think that all kind of goes into what's to come. But for the most part, we're excited. The Rose Bowl is special, and I think everyone knows that around the country. And just us getting our opportunity to go play in it, we're excited for it.
Last question goes to Dan Hope.
Dylan, a lot of talk from Ohio State since that Oregon game has been about the adjustments they've made defensively since that game. For you guys, when you watch them on film, do you notice a lot of differences in what they're doing defensively than they were going into that first game?
Yeah, they're a really talented group. You know, they're really good. That's no secret as well. You look at the statistics and what they've been able to do, but also even playing them when we did, they're extremely talented group. So we know we have our hands full and know that both teams have evolved since that meeting a while ago. So we're excited. The Rose Bowl is amazing, and can't wait to kick it off at 2 p.m.
Thanks, Dylan. Appreciate it.